The PNGA Cup is an annual competition in which the four allied associations under the Pacific Northwest Golf Association umbrella, the IGA, OGA, WSGA, and British Columbia Golf, send their finest players. The event rotates throughout the four PNGA regions each year. The two-day Ryder Cup-style competition includes four-ball and foursome matches the first day, followed by singles matches the second day. Each of the four associations selects a 12-person team to represent them, which includes 4 mid-amateur men, 2 mid-master men, 2 senior men, 2 mid-amateur women, and 2 senior women. With both men's and women's scores used to determine the team result, it is the only known competition of its kind in the U.S. As with many of life's worthwhile endeavors, the PNGA Cup had a serendipitous beginning.
Several years ago, I played a social golf game in Sun Valley, Idaho. A friend of mine introduced me to David Cropper, who at the time was the reigning Idaho Senior Amateur Champion. And I had a few years before won the PNGA Senior Amateur. We were talking about how much we enjoyed competitive golf, and that led to the discussion as how much fun we had playing competitively with others in team matches. When you play an event like that, it became very apparent to us that the camaraderie came with the competition, but it was particularly fun to get to know our fellow amateurs, some of whom we had competed against directly before, and some of which we had not. And so we found that to be very good, and particularly the bonding of a team was really a neat thing to have. I had, just prior to that, become a member of the board of directors of the PNGA. And I thought to myself, man, wouldn't that be fun if we could do something in the PNGA where we could incorporate the associations of Oregon, Washington, British Columbia, and Idaho, get teams together and play against people from the other associations that we didn't get to know very well otherwise.
When Dr. Lamy returned to Seattle, he presented the idea to the PNGA of creating a team competition among the 4 golf associations under the PNGA umbrella.
The PNGA Cup is such a special event in so many ways. The competition is one part of it, but just the coming together of the presidents, board members, staff has led to so many good innovations and ideas over the years that it is just one of the great competitions in North America. For it to continue on in the excellent way that it has is recognized by everybody, not only in the Northwest, but throughout Golf House and the USGA as well.
John Bodenhammer, who was then the PNGA Executive Director, loved the idea, and he left it to his Director of Rules and Competition, Troy Andrew, to work with Dr. Lamy in organizing the inaugural event.
Once we started planning, we tried to make a format that would be fun for everyone. But when Troy brought up the idea of the president of each of the associations being the captain of the team, it just kind of was the last piece of the puzzle. Because one of my ideas about bringing these teams together was to get to know each other, to get to have the camaraderie of each other. But I also felt it was a great way for these 4 associations to collaborate and cooperate in their business dealings throughout the Northwest. How to better the game of golf. We can do it better together than just one or the other.
Dr. Jack Lamy and I spent a lot of time together strategizing what the format would be and how many days, and we really used the Hudson Cup as a model for that. And as we were getting into discussions, one thing we were missing was captains. How are we going to designate who the captains are? Because any team event, you got to have a captain. And I threw out the idea to Jack that maybe the presidents of each association would serve as the captains that year. And those change frequently. And it would allow the captains to be involved, but furthermore, it would allow the PNGA to get the presidents out with the executive directors and other staff and have some camaraderie around the championship. And so that worked out well. We implemented that in the inaugural year of 2006. And since then, it's been a great way to get the associations together to talk about our challenges and how we can be better as golf associations and how we can work together. So that's been probably one of the most gratifying parts of the PNGA Cup, other than the competition of getting our best competitors together. Most gratifying has been the camaraderie amongst the golf associations and their presidents and volunteers and getting people together to talk about golf in the Pacific Northwest.
18 months after Dr. Lamy's conversation with Cropper, the first PNGA Cup was held at Seattle Golf Club on May 3rd through the 5th, 2006. Jim Dunlap of Team OGA struck the first tee shot in the opening match. Dave Cropper competed for Team IGA, and Dr. Lamy served as the event's chairman.
My wishes came true in that the players loved it. They developed competitiveness. They developed the bonding with the players of the other associations. And the associations, I felt, became much closer because we spent 3 days together playing golf, competing, and also meetings were going on with the officials and the presidents along the way. So it accomplished everything that I'd hoped to have. And I spoke to the 3 C's, namely competition, camaraderie, and cooperation. I felt we gained them all.